I'm just trying to relax in here, y'all. Give me a second. Get started. Just give me a second. How y'all doing this evening? Let's read Matthew chapter 24 and verse 1. The Bible says, "And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you," that means truly, "there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And if you look that up in the Greek, that's going in more into Israel, the end of the world. Okay, well, no, wait a minute. I could be wrong. My bad. I don't want to say that. I don't want to misinterpret that. My bad. Sorry about that. Okay, now we know that this word world, the end of the... Now, I would say the end of the world. It could mean the end of your world, the end of judgment, whatever. What shall be the sign of that coming and the end of the world? Now, think about it. You have people always saying, they'll tell you, oh, the Bible is this and that and the third. They'll try to trump. You have a lot of people out there today, tramples, or should I say trample, it must be trample upon the Bible. And they will tell you that the Bible is full of fairy tales, is this and that and the third. It's all kinds of just shit being said about the Bible. But let's keep reading. And as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of coming in the end of the world? What is the sign that this Bible is real? What is the signs? Can you tell? How would you know if this book is real? Let's keep going. Verse 4, And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Don't we have men speaking great swelling words, lying and being deceiving? Don't we have a lot of scammers out there? Yes, we do. Now I'm gonna get to something. Just stay with me. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. That means take heed means listen. Don't take it lightly. Take heed. That means that don't take this lightly. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. We know that Esau is deceiving the world, right? The word deceive means is to trick, fool, disguise something that looks real, but it's appealing. Something that's appealing, but it's not really what you are saying or what you think it is. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Didn't we have Ukraine? Russia going fighting with Ukraine. You see wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then, now here, this is the key word right here. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you. You shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Now let's keep going. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's a curse. When you go up in town, when you go into the store to do your, just going about your day, you ain't doing nobody no harm. You're serving God to the best. You know what I'm saying. You're not putting on no kind of fake persona, none of that. You're trying to live as pure as you know how for the Most High. But we living in a day and age, people don't give a damn about the Most High. People don't give a damn about your holiness. People don't give a damn about you trying to live right. They don't give a damn. When you walk in people's presence, they going, if you look at them and speak, some of them, not all, but some of them, they're going to look at you demonic and evil, like they want to fight, hurt you, kill you, any damn thing. That's how they're going to look at you. It's like we live in a cold world. People don't care nothing about you out there. They don't care. Matter of fact, they will turn you into Esau. Many shall, it says, and then shall be many, my bad, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another. We are living in that time right now. Betray one another. That is, I had to think, when I read something now, I don't just read over it. I pause and I just try to let it sink in. Look, it said that's a, if you want to think of something really scary, that's scary. That is weird. Think about this in that. And then shall many betray one, be offended, and shall betray one another. They're going to betray one another. What is betray? Betray is another word for denying you. When I think of betray, I think of somebody that turn their back on you. They're going to turn their back on you in hard times. They're not going to stand. They're going to, like, somebody come up, do you know these people? No, I don't know them people. That's a biblical definition now, what I just said. Because when Peter, God told Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. And he said, Lord, I doubt you. Though that's very thing. You got to know what you're saying when you open your mouth saying something. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another. Let's look up the word betray. That's interesting to me. Get a better breakdown of it. That is something else. What is the definition of betray? What is the definition of betray? What is the definition of betraying? Look like it's coming. Should pull it up.
Here's the definition of betray. Expose one's country, a group, or a person to danger by treacherously giving information to an enemy.
That's plain and simple. Yeah, that goes into Uncle Tom's too. People that, I think I just said that. Didn't I just say that? I said that. I said somebody that denied. I think I said something like this here. Go back and comment if y'all got this far. Tell me if I got that right before I look this up. Because I said somebody that's going to deny. Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody that's going, you look at them and they said, do you know these people? And you be like, I don't know them. That's the definition of betray. And then I said, that's biblical because Peter said, Lord, he told the soldiers, I don't know this man. And God said, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. This is something serious, bro. Hold on. I'm going to have to re-look it up again. What is the definition of betray?
Here's the definition of betray. Expose one's country, a group, or a person to danger by treacherously giving information to an enemy.
Yeah, I said that. I said that before I Googled this up. I said before I Googled it, in my mind, that's what I was saying. It means somebody who look at somebody and be like, you know this person, and you act like you don't know this person. Now, when I say you act like you don't know this person, I have been in situations to where I refused to speak to people that I knew. And the reason I did it, I wanted to so bad, but I knew that they was going to act funny. I knew, but I just said, okay, let me just let them alone. If they don't want to speak, if they don't want to do none of this stuff, let me just leave alone. And in my heart, I feel pain. I'm like, damn, I wanted to speak to them, but they're gonna act like they don't know me. They're gonna act funny. They're gonna act weird. They can know you and still don't want to have nothing to do with you. Know that you could have been growed up with them. They don't care about that. And you'd be like, why is this happening like this? What am I done? You see what I'm saying? You'd be like, what the hell is going on? We grew up together. We grew up in the same hood, went to the same store. What's up? We lived in the same neighborhood. Hey, we came out, dapped hands, talked to each other. We was boys, we were homegirls. I was a homeboy to her. She was my homegirl. We hung out together. Now, hey, how you doing? They don't say nothing to you no more. You be like, damn, what the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? And have I experienced that many times? What is the definition of betrayal?
Here's the definition of betrayal. The action of betraying one's country, a group, or a person.
All right. Yeah, that's right. It said it. Let's read this. The betrayal by the king, by his daughter, disloyalty, treachery, perfectly, bad faith, faithfulness. I don't know how to, hold on, wait a minute. Let's look. Deception, double dealing, branch of faith, breath of trust, sub in the back, Judas, kiss, double cross, sellout, treacherous, false, heartless, panic, faith, revelation. This was, I don't know what this is, y'all. Y'all just forgive me for the misspelling. Giving away, licking, telling, whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce those words, but they are dictionary. Look like they dictionary words, but it means when you betray somebody, it means it's to go and give information to them. Go and give information against them to the enemy. Like it's like you talking to me, you shaking hands with me one day, you talking to me. Then I see you with the enemy, and then you turn around and you tell the enemy that it could be a number of things. Well, I seen him, he wasn't doing his job, knowing good and well you was, but they lying and saying you didn't. And then you end up saying something to get him fired on purpose. That's one of the definitions of betrayal. You betraying that person. Another way they say you can commit betrayal is to sell out one's country and giving information about you giving this person have information that they don't want nobody else to know. They love you enough to give you information and tell you to don't share it with nobody else. And you go out and take that information and you go and let me make up something. You go to the Roman, or you go to the Greek authority, you go to the police, and you just report all this secret information and have those people hurt, have those people killed, whatever. Those things to me is a biblical definition of betrayal. Somebody that's another way a person can betray you. They can, like, let's say they can they can work for the police department, but they can come in like regular clothes, like what I got them, come in your house, say, hey, how you doing? Bring food, show themselves welcome, but they're not really there for the food to entertain you as somebody you grew up with. Let's say you grew up with them. They come to your house, they eat, drink, laugh with you, but they acting like they really with you and they really your friend, but they really trying to investigate to see if you have hidden things in your house or plant some drugs in your house on purpose so they can come to that house and arrest you just to take you to jail or to take you and lock you up and this and that and the third, have some people come to your house, bust your door down and have you killed, just set you up and you innocent. To me, that's another word of somebody betraying you. And to me, Uncle Tom's and Coons, all of those things are related. They cousins. They all related and they cousins. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you see, I try to watch who I'm talking to. You see what I'm saying? Now let's go on. Let's keep reading. It says, let me read, start at Matthew chapter 24 and verse 10. Then shall many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love of many is going to wax cold, meaning that they actually going to have love. They're going to used to have love for you. You mean to tell me somebody going to use that's going into betraying you. They're going to, at one time, they're going to have love for you, but they're going to turn on you. This is really, that within itself, it makes you pause and think about this. And the reason, because if you go out in public, people ain't just going to sit up and just talk to you and hold a conversation with you for nothing. They're not. Like, I can sit, can y'all tell me what this is? If you get this video and y'all get this foot in this video, tell me, please, in the comment section, tell me why, give me the biblical version of why do you think that people would do. Hold on, wait a minute. Excuse me a minute. Hold on. Let me show you better than I can tell you. This is the sign that I think I hold up out there. And I'm standing, let's say I'm standing outside and I'm telling somebody, hey, hello, how you doing? Do you want to come learn your nationality and learn who you are according to the Bible? You show them the Bible. I want you to learn. You know you're from Judah, right? And they get out their car and they just ignore you and keep walking. Why do y'all, I mean, I know why people do that. It's like I have questions behind. I mean, why do y'all think people do that? What be going through their mind? Is it like, do you think that God has people, just have special people that he just create for that reason? Like, I asked myself, I said, I didn't reject it. Or could have been capable of doing the same thing that they're doing? Like, I have a lot of questions behind that. It's just making me question more. You see what I'm saying? Even though I still do have a desire, is to go on the streets and teach this. I do. Don't get me wrong. I have a desire to do it. But sometimes you know why, but then you don't know why people do that. Like, if I hear that sign up and say, excuse me, you want to learn who you are? More, especially our people, they're going to keep walking. They're going to look at you and they're going to keep walking. They're just going to ignore you and just keep walking. Like, it seems like we should be able to talk to each other. Now, let's read this right here. I'm going to read it one more time. I'm going to reiterate the reading. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The love of many shall wax cold. When I read that, where my phone at? Just had it. That's weird. I just had it. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me get the definition of wax. I want to get the definition of that. What is the definition of waxing cold?
According to Healthline, cold waxing usually refers to a method of removing hair where lukewarm wax is pre-applied to a strip, then lightly warmed between the hands. The strips can be applied anywhere you'd like to remove hair, but they generally work best on areas where the hair is thinner and fine.
Okay, let me answer it like this. According to the biblical term, what is the definition of many should wax cold?
This is the top result.
Wax cold, to breath violently but gently, thus different one on the one hand from. Okay, what does it mean to be waxed cold? Okay. What is the biblical definition breakdown of waxing cold?
Here's what I found.
What is the breakdown commentary of many waxing cold?
Here's what I found on the web.
according to the biblical term, what is the biblical definition of commentary in the Bible, waxing cold, mean?
This is the top result.
What does it mean to be waxing cold? What is Matthew 24 referring to? Jesus and his disciples leave the temple, or the temple grounds in the new, okay, wax cold in the Bible, verse, okay, the heart of many will grow cold or has already begun. Because the Bible actually gives his heart wax cold, your mind strayed away from God's purpose. Your mind strayed away from God's purpose. That's what it means. And false teachings, wildly influences, and a spirit of wickedness have solely manipulated people. The spirit of manipulation, the spirit of demon spirits come in and manipulate you. The wickedness is waiting to rule over you. But first it says, the heart of many will grow cold, or has it already begun? The global current sweeping through the world, heart waxing cold. Your heart wax cold, has your mind strayed away from God's principles, my bad. Your mind strays away from God's principles. False teachings and worldly influence, a spirit of wickedness, have slowly manipulated people. This wickedness is waiting to rule over you. People that it says, people that strays away from the principles. You see what I'm saying? So that means that if people stray away from the principles, that means it's a possibility that you can not have love no more for the person. You see what I'm saying? That's powerful. Because let's look, okay. Whoops. Matthew 24 and 12. I think I read that. It says commentary, okay. Because iniquity, okay, the better laws, no world could more fully represent the condition of Judea in the time, just referring to the bridging, massacres, extortion, association come to be common things. Okay. Let's look at that scripture. It's a scripture, I think it's in let's go to Mark. Let's go to Mark right quick. I did 29 minutes or something. Can't believe it. Mark chapter, I think it's 4. I think it's 4. This can kind of tie into what I'm talking about. It says, the sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. Now that's what that can be part of it too. People can once be natural spiritually and godly, and sometimes the devil can come in and can as weaknesses, and can the spirit can come into them and make a person heart wax cold towards you. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receives it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endures but for a time. Afterward, endures for a time. Like we know back in the day that there was a time that our people actually loved each other and stuff like that. But and when affliction or persecution arise for the world's sake, immediately they are offended. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entered in and choked the word, and it became unfruitful. That's what it is. That means when you go around people, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I answer my own question. You see what I'm saying? Like, do y'all think that's what I mean? Here I am saying, do y'all think? So I'm reading out the Bible. I'm saying that. Maybe let me know in the comment section if I answered the question right there. Because we see that these things, people are falling away from this here. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you ask the question, a lot of people just don't endure. You see what I'm saying? We don't endure. What is scripture? This people's heart. Let's get it like that. I think it's in Matthew's. Hold on. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing.
Here's the top search result.
For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. King James Version.
According to Bible, King James Version, 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes.
I figured it was
They
13.
should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
I figured that. 12, Matthew's 13 and 15. There it is. I figured I had the 13 right, but it just didn't register. That's why they always say follow your first gut. Let's read it. Matthew's chapter 13 and verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have they closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. You see what I'm saying? So maybe I'm gonna have to probably try to read, not try, but I'm gonna read these scriptures out when I go to the streets. You see what I'm saying? Because that's probably what's going on. Because just like I said, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. That means they don't take heed to it. They have no understanding. So they're going to come up with all these philosophies and ideologies in their mind when they haven't read this here. You see what I'm saying? So their heart is just whacked. They hard-headed. And their ears are dull of hearing. That means they're not going to, you going to try to tell them and they're going to ignore it. They're going to keep walking. When they say ears, it's talking about they don't have the understanding of it. And because they don't have the understanding, they're going to walk off. You see what I'm saying? I think I'll show y'all about. I do it on purpose just to show y'all, and then y'all tell me what y'all think's going on. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because I really would love to communicate with somebody on the streets and be talking to them. Be sitting right there with a mic, still have the Bible, and still go out there and preach to them. But talk to these people. Let's talk like we can be talking to each other and not talking to people, but we just have a mic, because I got a mic in here, and say, why do you think our people do this? And then I can actually show them on camera, and we can talk about that, and then maybe it might would put the other people to thinking. Like, why do you think that if I hold this sign up and tell these people who they are according to the Bible, they're going to rationalize it, they're going to come at you with some kind of argument, they're going to come at you with, like, why do you think that is? You know what I'm saying? And we can just try to talk. Let's get to the bottom of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's get to the bottom of this here. Why do you think that that sister or that brother rejected me? Or when I say, hey, excuse me, you want to learn who you are according to the Bible? And they look at you like you stupid and just keep walking. They just ignore you. Or they look at you like they actually want to like do something to you, like hurt you or something. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they, like, even though I do have a desire is to speak to my people, but the Most High said tell them anyway. You see what I'm saying? But you just wonder, you think about it and you pause and you, like, I be asking question, what really triggered those people to actually be that way? Like if I'm sitting up and I'm gonna reiterate the point. Let me reiterate it right quick. If I hold this sign up, standing up outside, which I done did it before, and I say, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir, y'all want to come learn your nationality according to the Bible. Come and learn your nationality according to the Bible. Do y'all want to know who y'all according to the Bible? Excuse me. But they look at you and they just keep walking. Like, they just ignore you. Or something like that. Because we can talk to, like, if I'm sitting there talking to somebody and just somebody if I can get somebody that's willing to give me some feedback and be out there and we can both be on camera or whatever and say, you educate me. What is it that you think going on? What triggered those people to be that way? Like, and then a lot of other stuff is going through your mind. How can I reach these people? You see what I'm saying? But I do know in the Bible, it says that people are going to get offended. Like, you standing out there with a Bible. You stand out there with a Bible. And they look at you like they really hate you. You see what I'm saying? And you saying in your mind, you saying in your spirit that, sister, I don't hate you. Brother, I don't hate you. And I know that, like, I know that it's more to it than just being in your house, and the real work is outside. I want to be bold. You know what I'm saying? And then you're saying, like, I want to be more effective. Go out. You know what I'm saying? And you look at it and you like, our people is not going, they're not going to be willing to accept it. You see what I'm saying? You sitting out there with a sign, I'm sitting out there with the Apocrypha of the Bible. Open it. All I want to do is open your eyes up. All I want to do is just encourage you is to keep the commandments. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you. I love you as my brother and my sister. You see what I'm saying? And as I'm speaking now, I'm trying to like make it real. You see what I'm saying? Not just to hear myself talk and make people feel good just to say, oh, we can just have something fun to just take lightly. No, you know what I'm saying? So, uh, I think about that too. You know what I'm saying? As I came into this truth, my job is true enough is to go out there, get on Esau, and tell him who he is, give him his judgment and stuff like that. But my main focus too is to go out there and wake my people up, encourage my people is to come back and be like, man, I learned my nationality. I'm keeping the commandments of God. Now I have more peace in my life. The Most High, I'm glad I did take heed to the Most High word. Now, it ain't a bunch of killing and stuff going on amongst us. Our women's is, we're treating each other right and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But we have people who are not willing to be right. Like I tell people, listen, I'm not telling you nothing that I'm not trying to take steps and making changes in my life. You see what I'm saying? And then, like, let me go back to my original point to I say, well, my thing is, when you take this sign and you point it up and you show people who they are, some of them going to rationalize it. Some of them going to fight it. Some of them going to disagree with you. Some of them going to be like, they may say something like some rude stuff. I know Jesus. They'll say something like that. And then you be like, well, who is Jesus? Because there are multiple of gods. Who is that? They got Caesar Borgia. They have the Romans, they have their God. The Greeks have their God. So when you say Jesus Christ, who are you talking about? Oh, I don't really have time to really talk about that right now. You see what I'm saying? Well, I got to ask my pastor. Well, I just believe that, anybody who give their heart to the Most High, He'll forgive you or whatever, this and that and the third. The Gentiles, they rejected Christ, and then the gospel went out to the Gentiles. The Jews rejected, but the Gentiles accepted, and God accepted the dog, but the real Israelites, they rejected it. And they'll be like, well, my personal opinion, I don't think God loves any of us more or less or love people. These are the things that the challenges that I'm going to get. And you be like, do you think they're coming off like that because they don't actually understand? Or do you think that they do it, or they do it, or maybe they may debate with you back and forth because in their mind, having in a carnal mind, they are dealing with it on a level of they think that they understand, but they actually don't. They not in the spirit realm to actually get it, but they thinking that you're wrong. What do you think it is? Do you think that they come off like that because they're used to living that way of life, or is it just going to be simple? Some going to accept and some going to reject. Or do you think, like we do say that neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children? Not all Israel is Israel. Not all Israel is Israel. Do you think that may be it? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I still, and I think that's why it wasn't really hard for me to come into this truth and accept it the way that I'm doing. Because my grandfather, my mother's dad, used to call me the question axer all the time. They all used to ask me questions all the time. Now, on my father's side, I didn't get a chance to know my father, nor my grandfather. None of them. I didn't know nothing about him. Because I think my mother said by the time she met my father, I think my grandfather and my grandfather, they was already dead. Like they had already died before she met my father, and stuff like that. So a lot of the old ancestors, they died off years ago, you know what I mean? probably in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And before the 80s, before the 50s and stuff. So y'all give y'all thoughts on this video. Tell me what y'all think. I'm trying to figure out, did I do a good job trying to think? I know I could have think a little bit more. I'm trying to learn how to be a heavy thinker. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think it is? You know what I'm saying? Because I am concerned, and it's like people nowadays, going back to my original point, they don't give a damn. They don't care how much you have love in your heart for people. They don't care whether you got love for them or not. They just gonna mistreat you. They don't care. They don't care. They don't give a damn. They don't have no kind of empathy, no kind of mercy. No matter how godly you say you are, no matter how godly you is, they don't care. They're just going to be like, well, I'm just trying to gut you for everything you got, and I'm not trying to be passionate to you or none of that. The only thing that I'm thinking about is myself. I know you're a godly person, but I don't give a damn. I know you will treat that person right, but I don't give a damn. This is the same way it is with a guy, a person that married. The same thing with a girl or guy. This girl, this sister know in her heart. She know you'll treat her right, and she know that she's in good hands with you or something like that. She know that you'll treat her like a lady, but she don't care. She would rather deal with the thug than to actually deal with the man that's going to respect her, that's going to that's interested in knowing what's in her mind instead of trying to get in the person's clothes or something like that. It's like they don't want to have nothing to do. If a man come across like with the Bible, they call that person lame. This person doesn't beat women. This person doesn't do none of these things. You are a God. You came from a godly, spiritual, Christian background. Let's just say it like that. That's the term that we use. But they, in essence, be like, "Ooh, I don't want him," or they say, "Mom, I don't want him," and you be like, "Well, he's such a nice guy. He in college. He do this and that and the third." But they don't have nothing to do. They don't care about you being nice. They don't care about you being godly. They don't like that. And it's like, damn, why? And then when I came into the truth, and all the time I was getting rejected, then it kind of helped me not to be so, have a lot of resentment and a lot of insecurities and a lot of hatred, anger, and resentment. It slowed it up because I'm really realizing, I'm waking up and realizing that our people have been conditioned and brainwashed through slavery. So when people reject me, or if they reject me, it would bother me, but I'll understand in a way why it happened, because I'll understand and know that our people have been mentally enslaved. And over here in America, our people have been mentally enslaved in everything. You see what I'm saying? And so when I think about that, I'm more at ease, and it doesn't upset me like it used to. It does, I ain't gonna lie, it does upset me and it makes me angry, but it doesn't get to me as bad as it used to. So y'all let me know what y'all think of this video in the comment section. I'm gonna get up out of here. I love y'all as my so-called Hispanics, blacks, and Native American people and everything, which are the real Jews according to the Bible. I love y'all, man. I really do. And y'all just continue to keep me in y'all prayers as I grow stronger in the Most High and do it His way and do what He want me to do in every way. So I'm gonna see y'all later here. Y'all have a good night.